Was this not the most Clippers Game 5 you've ever seen? Paul George, nowhere to be found. 15 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, and he looked like he didn't want to shoot a lot of the time with some of the passes he was throwing and the turnovers. And I don't know, man. They just weren't ready to shoot. I don't know what the hell that was. They weren't ready for the Mavs inside defense, I guess. I don't know what the hell that was from Paul George. And when you think about it from James Harden, obviously, who had 7 points for turnovers. This was a peak James Harden, Paul George performance. James Harden didn't even look like he tried in this game after a while. Paul George, I thought at least looked like he tried, but not nearly enough. And the Clippers were lifeless most of the time. I also thought weren't as aggressive defensively. They weren't as sharp in the point of attack defense. They allowed a lot of easy blow-bys, which led to easier offense for the Mavericks, who were comfortable taking that mid-range jumper, taking those layups. I thought this was the most layups and the easiest layups I've seen the Mavericks get all series long. And I don't know what the hell that was, if it's the effort, if it was a change of game plan because how Lucas Neal was looking, even though he obviously played his best game of the series. I don't know what it was, but it led to wide open 3-pointers for Maxi Kleber, who was locked and loaded. He hit 5 of 7 of them. He was sensational, and he set the tone from the corners. Derrick Jones Jr. was sensational, I thought. He defended his ass off on Paul George and James Harden, and he's been defending so well. And it led to obviously Paul George not being as aggressive, I guess, or at least bothered Paul George really well. Kyrie got some easy layups. He wasn't as sharp, but I thought he defended Harden really well and defended Harden with a lot of passion. And it felt like it, I don't know, shook Harden a bit in this game for some reason. I don't know, man. It's just the Clippers, what they do, man. They just they surprise you with one performance, but when it's at the end of the day, both games are important, right? No, don't get me wrong, but game 5 at home, you could take a 3-2 lead. They just shit the bed for some reason. Maybe it's just the Clippers curse, man. But I mean, with Harden, we've seen it before. With Paul George, we've seen it before. So I guess history just sometimes repeats itself, unfortunately, I guess. For the Mavs, and it's fortunately, obviously. And everyone on the bench showed up for the Mavericks today, which was huge. And obviously, Luka had his best game of the series. I liked that he took more mid-range jumpers, got to those layups a little better. I thought he played his best passing game of the series. And the right knee is obviously problematic for those 3-pointers because he just plants off that right foot, right? And that takes him off balance if it's hurt, and if it's hurting during those step backs, which are his primary 3-point shots, right? So it was huge to see him play through it and through the cold and deliver a masterful performance. Question is, they need obviously to beat the Clippers at home now, so they don't have to play a game 6. Then they'll play the Thunder, who will be fully rested, are young, can switch a little bit of everything, have better point of attack defense, I would say. They might not have the strength of the backline like the Clippers do, but I would say Chet Holmgren is a better rim protector than anyone on the Clippers at the same time. And he can obviously stretch the floor, which will be interesting to see against a Gafford, against a Lively. I think both can move fairly well, right? But it should be an advantage and maybe forces the Mavericks to play Maxi Kleber more. I don't know. But I'm obviously getting ahead of myself because it's not done yet. The Clippers could come out on, I guess that's also Friday. Yes, on Friday and surprise us with whatever they do. But I'm excited for it, man. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what the hell's gonna happen. And as always, I'll be here covering it. A really great game for the Mavericks. Just I would say perfect response to a failed game 4. And now we'll see if they can close it out at home. And then we could get the Mavericks Thunder series, which I was predicting. And as always, thank you all for listening. Thank you all for thank you all. Be kind to yourself and others, as always. NBA playoffs, baby. Basketball.